I bought a house to live with my parents and my sister. If you don't want to, we can get a divorce.
Are you sure? You might regret it.
Jay, right. LOL.
Tom shrugged while laughing. A month later, Tom experienced hell. My name is Emily, a 40-year-old office worker. I live with my husband, Tom, and our 8-year-old daughter. As husband and wife, we had a pretty good relationship. We would talk about well-being of our daughter. On weekends we would go out together, and we'll always have dinner together, talking and laughing. We both work, so our income is pretty stable and we don't have much to worry about regarding our future. We were living a happy life, when one day something happened and changed everything.
Wait, what?
Suddenly, I received a call from the hospital while at work. They informed me that my mother had fell ill. I left work early and rushed to the hospital.
Mom.
Aunt Emily, you came.
My mother was lying in the hospital bed. She had fallen suddenly ill, but thanks to emergency treatment, her condition seemed to have stabilized.
You surprised me with the sudden news. Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
My 70-year-old mother lives alone in our family home. My father passed away a few years ago, so I was worried about her being alone. And now this happened. Moreover, it appears she will be hospitalized for a while.
Is it a serious illness?
No, I just need to get tested. I suddenly fainted, so they want to monitor me and slowly proceed with the examinations.
I see.
It's probably safer for her to be in the hospital than alone at home, as she can get immediate assistance if something happens. I returned home.
Is your mom okay?
For now, yes. But she'll be hospitalized for a while.
I see.
When I got home, my husband had prepared dinner and was waiting for me with my daughter. Tom had intended to leave work early to come to the hospital, but I had informed him that it wasn't necessary since my mother's condition was stable when I arrived. During dinner, I spilled what was on my mind.
I'm thinking of asking my mom to come live with us when she's out of the hospital. What do you think?
This wasn't a decision I could make alone. I needed to hear Tom's opinion on the matter. I was surprised to hear Tom agree with me without hesitation.
I'm totally fine with it. Being alone at an old age must be lonely, and I can see this incident made you worry more. Let's support your mother together.
Oh, Tom.
I was so happy to hear my husband say that. I felt fortunate to have a dependable husband like him during such times. Our daughter, hearing Tom's words, commented, "Daddy is so cool." I visited my mother in the hospital the next day and told her about our conversation.
Mom, would you like to live with us once you're discharged?
Huh?
You'd feel worried if something happened while you were alone at home, right? That's why we want to support you by living together.
No, I don't want to be a burden.
It's okay. We don't see it as a burden.
Even if you're okay with it, what about Tom?
I spoke with Tom yesterday, and he agreed.
Really?
He said we should support you as a family. So, Mom, you don't have to worry about anything.
Emily, thank you. I'm so happy.
Great.
I'm sorry, but I can't live with you.
What? Why?
I'm going to be hospitalized for a while.
What? What do you mean?
What on earth had happened?
Is your condition serious?
Yet, the tests were supposed to be pending. When I asked, my mother looked down.
Actually, I wanted to tell you a little later. Once I had prepared myself mentally, I have terminal cancer.
What?
The doctor said I might only have a year, or maybe even less left.
My mind went blank. The reality that was abruptly presented to me was too shocking to comprehend. My mother has terminal cancer? Only a short time left? I was stunned for a moment.
Emily,
I'm sorry, Mom. I was just taken aback. I never imagined you'd have cancer.
I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I haven't come to terms with it myself, so I thought I wouldn't be able to talk about it yet.
No, it's okay. I understand you're going through rough time. But it's just.
I started to cry. The mere thought of losing my mother was unbearable.
Emily, thank you for suggesting to live together. Knowing that you and Tom care about me like this makes me very happy.
Mom,
My mother also began to cry. We both cried for a while, and we were finally able to calm ourselves down.
from now on, I'll visit you every day.
You don't have to push yourself.
No, I want to, and I will. If you need anything, please let me know.
Yes, thank you.
I went home that day and immediately told Tom about what happened.
What? Terminal cancer? I can't believe it. Your mother?
My husband was also shocked to hear about my mother's cancer. He was very concerned about me.
You don't need to overwork yourself with household chores while visiting her. I'll take care of as much as I can.
Thank you.
Because my husband said that, I was able to spend time with my mother almost up to the visiting hours every day after work. On my days off, my daughter and husband came with me for the visit, and my mother seemed very happy. I was very grateful that my husband created an environment where I could cherish the limited time left with my mother. I continued to visit her daily. However, day by day, my mother's condition got worse.
Mom, are you okay?
It's getting tougher, dear.
Oh no.
About the inheritance.
Please, don't say that. It will only upset you.
It's important, so let's discuss it.
Okay.
My mother, more serious than ever, started to talk, and I listened. I was shocked to hear about the inheritance she mentioned. Apparently, my mother had assets worth more than $1,300,000. My father had been involved in real estate investment, and after inheriting the properties, my mother continued to invest more heavily in real estate. As a result, she was earning more than what my father had earned.
I'm sorry for not telling you earlier. I want you to inherit the properties I own and continue investing in them.
I remember often being told by my parents to study investment. Although I didn't understand why, they told me it was good to have the knowledge, so I studied. And even gained experience in stock investments. I was glad I had learned and experienced investment. The amount astonished me though.
Remember this. It's very important. Do not casually disclose that you have these assets to people around you. I believe you'll be careful, but only share it with people you truly trust.
Okay, I understand.
The one person I can trust, who came to my mind, was Tom. I believed there wouldn't be any issues in telling my kind and reliable partner. However, I didn't want to discuss the inheritance just yet. If I were to talk about it, I wanted it to be after my mother had passed away. About a month later, my mother passed away. I'm grateful I could be by her side till the very end, even taking time off from work. I was prepared for her passing, and we had plenty of conversations. After her passing, I, with my husband, arranged the funeral. Month later, I discussed about the inheritance to my husband.
About the inheritance from Mom. It's around $1,300,000.
What?
Tom looked shocked.
Eyes. Is that true?
Yes.
Seriously? $1,300,000?
Yes, but don't tell anyone else. I'm only telling you this because I trust you.
Of course, I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Thanks.
My heart felt light after telling Tom. Suddenly inheriting such a large amount was overwhelming. So I felt better discussing with my partner about our next steps. However, from that point on, my husband's behavior began to change.
Hey, where did you get that watch?
Oh, I bought it because I thought the design was cool.
I see. It's nice. How much was it?
I think it was around $2,000.
What, $2,000? Why did you buy something so expensive?
It's not really that expensive.
Considering our income, it is.
We have $1,300,000, so it's not a problem, right? LOL.
What?
I was taken aback by my husband's words. He clearly regarded the $1,300,000 I inherited as if it was his.
I've been thinking of saving that money for our daughter's education and our retirement. It's not for buying stuff like this.
As I said that, my husband looked displeased.
What? You won't even let me buy things I want? Do you realize how much I've supported you? Who do you think took care of the household chores while you visited the hospital?
That's.
My husband continued in a domineering manner. From that day on, I would occasionally see him buy luxury brand stuff. He also repeatedly made remarks about quitting his job, wanting to move to a better house, and relying on my income.
You've been acting strange lately. Let's forget about the inheritance for a moment and go back to our normal lives.
There's no way we can do that. It's a waste not to buy what I want when I can.
To be honest, I never expected things to turn out this way. My husband changed because of money. He would occasionally talk about how to make use of the inherited money. He would suggest buying luxury cars or moving to a high-rise apartment, which seemed very nouveau riche. It made me confused.
I've already said that we're not using the money that way. Stop talking about the inheritance.
As I became emotional and shouted, my husband widened his eyes in anger.
Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how much I've supported you? At least I would have the right to use half of the money. You're planning to use all $1,300,000 by yourself, aren't you? That's why you keep rejecting all my proposals.
What are you talking about? I just want to use it more prudently and carefully.
No, I don't believe you. You're probably planning to spend it behind my back. I will absolutely not allow that.
My husband said, his face turning bright red. Why did he change so much? From then on, we stopped talking to each other for days. Amidst this, my husband took an unthinkable action.
I bought a house to live with my parents and my sister.
What did you just say?
I said, I've purchased a new house. It's a good house where all three families can live. Isn't this a good way to spend the $1,300,000?
Wait a minute, you used my money?
Yes.
Why are you making decisions without me?
Unbelievable. I never imagined he'd buy a house without telling me.
If you don't like it, we can get a divorce. You'll end up penniless and live a lonely and poor life. Haha.
My husband smirked. At that moment, a question arose in my mind. Is it even possible to use such a large amount of money without the consent of the owner? Probably not. I believed no matter what, the situation wouldn't turn against me.
Okay, but you'll regret it.
Like I would, haha.
Tom said, shrugging and laughing. But a month later, he would experience hell. First, I asked my husband which construction company he signed with. It turned out it was a construction company run by my father-in-law's friend.
So you decided to live in the new house with me, haha. Good idea. Don't go against me because of this, okay?
Tom seems to be misunderstanding something, but I'll leave it be for now. I immediately went to the construction company. When I spoke to the person in charge, he showed me a document that was apparently authorized by me. Tom and my in-laws claimed they had my proxy, but I never signed it.
I didn't even know about the house purchase, so this authorization is invalid. If you get her handwriting examination, I can prove it.
The salesperson was shocked to hear about this.
I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. Even though we heard the story from your father-in-law, it was reckless of us to proceed so quickly. We'll cancel it immediately.
I asked to keep this a secret to my in-laws and my husband that his has been canceled. When I expressed my desire to teach them a lesson, the people at the construction company agreed. After that, I signed a lease for a new apartment and presented my husband with divorce papers.
I realized I can't continue our marriage. Let's get a divorce.
When I said that, Tom looked shocked, but then scoffed.
Are you sure about that? Haha. You'll miss out on living in a $1,300,000 house, you know. Haha.
Yes, I don't mind.
Because you don't own a $1,300,000 house.
I'll take custody of our daughter, and we won't divide our assets. Is that okay?
Hearing this, Tom looked smug and agreed.
Fine, I don't care. After all, I have a new home.
I'm glad I asked the construction company to keep it a secret. The divorce from Tom went smoother than I expected. I then signed the divorce papers, had Tom fill them out too, and left the house with my daughter. My daughter liked Tom, but recently she would say that he got scarier. So, she seemed relieved to be living apart. The apartment we moved into is clean with good security, and the rent isn't even that high. Even if I inherit a large sum of money, I have no intention of changing my standard of living. I wanted to lead a normal life and have my daughter live in a normal household. About a month after moving into the new place, I received an angry call from my ex-husband.
Hello.
Hey, what the hell is going on? Why is the house construction canceled?
Oh, just noticed that now, did you? Haha.
When I explained the situation, my ex-husband was furious.
You must be joking. This can't be happening. It's my house.
What are you talking about? You proceeded with everything using my name because I have assets. From that point on, it became my house. And the proxy was forged. So the whole deal is off.
Don't mess with me. My parents have already left their old home and are living in our apartment. They said they didn't mind for a while, since they'll get to live in a bigger place later.
Why should I care? It's all your fault.
What? Please, Emily, can we pretend the divorce never happened?
That's impossible. I don't want to see you anymore. Make note that this is the last time talking to you. If I ever see you, I'll call the police. Oh, and by the way, I could sue you for unilaterally buying the house, you know, but I won't, so please never get involved with me or our daughter again.
Why?
Tom seemed deeply shocked, but he agreed, presumably not wanting to face a lawsuit. Later, I heard that my former in-laws, perhaps counting on my money, had racked up significant debt by recklessly buying luxury brands and making poor stock market investments. I was dumbfounded when I heard this. However, it's no longer my concern. I have a peaceful life with my daughter. I plan to let her pursue whatever she wishes as she grows. I intend to use the inheritance I received for that purpose, and I also plan to continue my investments to further increase my assets.